Hello, let us try to understand one of the most essential topics, that is permutation and combination. Let us try to understand what is permutation. So permutation stands for arrangements. So what I mean by arrangements is, suppose I have got three objects, that is three letters. Let us say A, B, C. I want to see the number of arrangements that can be made with A, B, C, that is shuffling these letters. So the arrangements could be A, B, C and A, C, B, B, C, A, B, A, C, C, A, B, and finally C, B, A. So these are the possible arrangements from the given letters. So as we can see, these are 6 arrangements possible. So these are 6 arrangements. So this is what permutation stands for. These are arrangements. So each arrangement here is a permutation. We will formally see what permutations are later. And by arrangement, by combinations, we mean selection. Combination, we mean selection. What I mean by selection is, let us say we have got the same 3 digits, say 3 letters A, B, C. Now I want to select 3 letters from the given 3 letters. So to select 3 letters from these letters, there is only one possible way, that is A, B, C. This is the only selection possible because A, B, C is same as B, C, A, selecting B, C, A or A, C, B. Because we are selecting 3 numbers, so the order does not matter here. So these are all are equivalent or same, because selecting 3 numbers, we end up with these 3 always. So this is only one selection. So in short, in combination, order does not matter, and in permutation, order matters. For permutation, the order matters, and for combination, order does not matter. Order does not matter. We can take one more example for understanding it better. Let us say we have got 5 letters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits. Now from these 5 digits, I want to select 2 digits. Let us say I select 2, 3 as my 2 digits. Now selecting 2, 3 is same as selecting 3, 2. And selecting 4, 5 is same as selecting 5, 4. So these are what I call as selections or combinations. These are my selections or combinations. Whereas now if I ask to form 2-digit numbers from this, not selections, but to form 2-digit numbers from this. Now in this case, 2, 3 is different from 3, 2. 2, 3 is different from 3, 2. 4, 5 is different from 5, 4. Because we are forming 2-digit numbers. So these are permutation. The case of permutation, where order matters. So these are my permutations or arrangements. So this is all about permutation and combination. So in permutation, order matters, and in combination, you just select the things. Order does not matter. Let us move to one of the most basic things which we will be using in this chapter, that is factorial. Suppose I tell you to find 5 factorial. Factorial denoted by exclamation mark. So 5 factorial. It is given by 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That is 20 times 6, 120. That is 5 factorial means the product of first 5 natural numbers. First 5 natural numbers. First 5 natural numbers. Similarly, if suppose I ask 4 factorial now, that would be 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That is 12 times 2, 24. So similarly, we can define factorial for all whole numbers. Note that we cannot be defining factorial for decimal fractions or irrational numbers, that is 1 by 2 factorial. This is not defined. Or minus 3 factorial. This is not defined as well. So factorials are defined for whole numbers. Now we can define factorial for any whole number, that let us say n factorial, that is n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 and this goes on up to 1. Here we can see that if we consider the formula for n factorial, we can see that this can be written as n minus 1 factorial. So we can write this as alternately n factorial. Alternatively, we can write this as n factorial equal to n times n minus 1 factorial. Now let us just put n equal to 1 here to check what happens. When n equal to 1, we get 1 factorial equal to 1 times 0 factorial. So 1 factorial is 1. So we get 0 factorial is equal to 1. So this is a really important result we will be using throughout the chapter. 0 factorial is 1. Now let us try to understand some of really basic thing from PNC, that is principles of counting. Principles of counting. So first we have got sum rule for this. Sum rule, that is, let us take an example to understand this case. Suppose we have got a room and we have got, say, two sides, side 1 and side 2. On side 1 I have got 2 doors, let us say 2 exits, and on side 2 I have got 3 exits, and a person is standing inside the room. So if I want to find the number of ways to exit the room, what would be the number of ways to exit the room? So from side 1 he can exit in 2 ways, and from side 2 he can exit in 3 ways. So in total he can exit in 2 plus 3, that is 5 ways. So this is what the sum rule says. So if a work, the sum rule says that if a work A can be done in m ways, let us say, and a work B can be done in n ways, then the number of ways, either work A or work B is done. That is, work A or work B is done is m plus n. That is, in m plus n ways we can do either A or B m plus n ways. In m plus n ways. Similarly, we have got a product rule. To understand the product rule, we can again take an example for understanding this thing. Let us say I have got 3 shirts and 2 jeans. So we want to find the number of different possible attires I can attain with 3 shirts and 2 jeans. So let us name these shirts as shirt 1, shirt 2, shirt 3, jeans 1, jeans 2. So we want to find the different possible attires we can attain with the given scenario. So with shirt 1 we can wear jeans 1, shirt 1 and jeans 2. With shirt 2 we can wear jeans 1, shirt 2 we can go with jeans 2, shirt 3 jeans 3, J1, S3 J2. So we can see that there are 6 total attires possible, 6 ways. In 6 ways we can form different attires or different dressings. We can see this pictorially to understand this. So let us say we have got shirt 1, shirt 2, shirt 3, jeans 1, jeans 2. For shirt 1 we have got 2 options to wear, and shirt 2 has got 2 options to choose from, and shirt 3 has got 2 options to choose. So we can see that each shirt has got 2 options, that is 2 jeans to wear, and we have got 3 shirts in total. So to find the total ways of dressing, that is shirt and jeans combined, we multiply 3 by 2, 3 and 2, that is total number of shirts times total number of jeans, that is 3 into 2, that is 6 ways. This is what multiplication is about. This multiplication rule is about. So if we have got 3 shirts and 2 jeans, we want to find the different attires. So we multiply 3 and 2 to get total possible attires. So this is writing this formally. If work A is done in m ways, and work B is done in n ways. Now, work A and B. Work A and B simultaneously occurring, like the simultaneous occurrence of work A and work B, that is both are happening together. Cert one is dependent on genes one, so simultaneous occurring of work A and work B is m into n ways. Number of ways of simultaneous occurrence of work A and work B is m into n ways. We see that there is dependence between work A and work B. In the previous case, these were independent. We can see that in this case, side 1 and side 2 were independent here. Whereas in this case, work A and work B are dependent upon each other. We can take an example to understand this better. Let us say I've got a city A, city B, and city C. Now I want to move from city A to city C, and we have got 2 paths from city A to city B and 3 paths from city A to city B to city C. So I want to find the number of ways I can move from city A to city C. We can just see that I can start from this path and move over here, or I can move from this path and go ahead with this path, or I can have multiple choices. So from A to B, I can move in, I can choose 2 paths to move from A to B, city A to city B, and from city B to city C, I have got 3 paths to choose from. So in total, we have got 2 into 3, that is 6 ways to go from city A to city C. This is what multiplication rule states. Now let us take an example to understand this. Let us say find the number of 3-letter words that can be formed from the word MAKE. We want to form 3-letter words using the letters MAKE. So let us take 3 letters. We want to form 3-letter words. So for the first position of the word, we have got 4 options to choose from. That is, we can take either M, A, K, or E. So we have got 4 options, 4 ways to choose first letter. If we suppose we choose A as our first letter, then for the second position, we have got 3 letters to choose from. That is, we have chosen A, say. So we have got 3 ways to choose our second letter. And similarly, for the third letter, we have got 2 ways to choose the the last letter. So in total, we have got, by multiplication rule, 4 into 3 into 2 ways to choose our letter. That is 4 3s are 12, 24 ways. So 24 3-letter words can be formed from MAKE. Now let us say how many 2-digit even numbers can be formed from the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with repetition. So we want to find 2-digit even numbers from the given numbers, and we can use the digit again. That is, we are allowed to do repetitions. So let us say we want to find 2-digit numbers that are even. So for the first position, we have got 5 possible choices to take from. We can take 5 possible numbers. That is, so for the first position, we have got 5 possibilities. And for the second position, we want this number to be even, so we can choose 2 or 4. And since repetition is allowed, so we are free to choose 2 numbers. That is, if 2 was placed here in the first place, we can still place 2 over here. So we have got 2 possibilities for the second position. So in total, by multiplication rule, we have got 5 into 10. That is 10 even numbers. Okay, so now we want to find the number of numbers that can be formed using 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9, which are strictly between 5,000 and 10,000. So we want to find the number of numbers that can be formed using these digits. Let us say we want to find 4-digit number, 4-digit numbers which are lying find. So we want to find 4-digit numbers lying between these. So for the first position, since it has to be greater than 5,000, we can't be having first digit as 1 or 3, because that would be lying in 1,000 or 3,000 range. So for the first position, we can either choose 5 as our first digit, 7 or 9 as our first digit. So for the first position, we have got 3 possibilities. So as we have got 3 possibilities for the first one, let us say we have chosen 7. So for the second position, we have got 4 possibilities to choose from. And for the third position, we have got 3 possibilities, continuing this. And for the last position, we have got 2 possibilities. So in total, we have 3 into 4 into 3 into 2 ways, that is 12, 6 are 72 ways to form numbers. So this was all about sum rule and product rule that involves involving permutation. Now let us formally see what permutations are. Permutation. So permutations are like different arrangements that can be made using some or all the objects. Some or all the objects. So let us take an example to understand this better. Suppose we have got 3 digits, X, Y and Z, 3 letters, X, Y, Z. So we want to find two letter words that can be formed using X, Y, Z. So the 2-letter words we can be forming is XY, YX, XZ, ZX, YZ and ZY. So these are 6 ways we can form 2-letter words. So these are nothing but arrangement of 2-letter words taken from XYZ. This is what permutation is, taking some letters, same objects and arranging those. So permutation is arrangement of these 2 letters taken from XYZ. That's why in permutations arrangement matters. Let us take an example to understand what permutations are. One more example. Suppose we want to arrange A, B, C, D and E. We want to find the number of ways to arrange these letters, 5-letter words. So we want to find the number of ways we can do this. So we would be getting a 5-letter word. So for the first position, I would be having 5 ways to select, that is from A, B, C, D, E. Suppose I select D for the first letter, then I've got 4 ways to choose from for the second position. And continuing this, I get 3 ways, 2 ways and 1 way. I get 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 ways to arrange these numbers, that is 120 ways. That is arrangement of numbers. Now let us see a formula for this, number of permutations. Number of permutations of n objects taken R at a time. Taken R at a time. That is we from n objects we are taking R objects and making different arrangements, choosing R objects at a time. We are choosing R objects and making different arrangements from R objects. That is, we denote this by NPR. and this is given by n factorial divided by n minus r factorial. Let us take a quick example for understanding this. We want to find, let us say, number of 4-digit words, 4-letter words, 4-letter words that can be formed from the word logarithm. The word logarithm. So if we want to find 4-letter words that can be formed using logarithm word, so we can use the NPR formula. So from 9, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have got 9 letters over here. So from 9 letters, from these 9 letters, we want to arrange 4 letters. We want to make 4 arrangements for 4 letters, that is 9p4. So we get 9 factorial divided by 9 minus 4 factorial. That is 9 factorial divided by 5 factorial. So number of 4-letter words that can be formed from this is 9 factorial by 5 factorial. Also, one more important thing to notice is number of arrangements of n objects. Let us say number of arrangement of n objects. That is, we want to take n objects total and arrange these. So by formula, we can write this as npn. From n, we are selecting n and arranging these. So we get n factorial divided by n minus n factorial. That is n factorial by 0 factorial. As we saw that 0 factorial is 1. So we get n factorial. So for arranging n objects, we have n factorial ways. So let us say if we have got a 5-letter words, that is, say I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as my 5 letters. I can arrange these numbers in 5 factorial ways. That is 120 ways. So using these 5 digits, I can make 120 numbers, 5-digit numbers. Let us look at a question. Let us say we need to find the number of ways. Find number of ways of arranging 5 boys and 5 girls so that no 2 boys sit together. No 2 boys sit together. So we know that boys are not sitting together. So what we can do for this is we can first place the girls. So we have seated the girls first. So we have got 5 gaps over here in between the girls. Now we can be selecting, we can be placing boys over here so that no 2 boys sit together. So for placing girls, we have got 5 girls. So we can arrange these girls among themselves. Like we can have arrangement of girls among themselves. So arrangement of girls among themselves is 5 factorial, as we just saw that arrangement of n objects is n factorial. And now we want to be placing 5 boys in these 6 places. So we have 6p5, that is 5 factorial. So 6 factorial divided by 6 minus 5 factorial, that is 6 factorial into 5 factorial. These are the number of ways boys and girls can sit so that no 2 boys sit together. In the same question, if I now ask, say, boys and girls sit alternately. Boys and girls sit alternately. That is, after each boy there is a girl, and after a girl there is a boy. Alternately. So the difference would be, what we can do in this case is we can first place girls again. Now since they are sitting alternately, the boys have to be placed like this, either this way or boys can be placed this way. That is, girls comes first and the line ends with boys. So for this case, we can have girls arranging themselves in 5 factorial ways, and with these 5 blanks we can be placing 5 students with 5 factorial ways. Similar holds for this. That is, the thing is shifted one unit, towards the right. That is, we can have 5 factorial ways for sitting of girls and 5 factorial ways of arrangement of boys. So in total, we have got 2 into 5 factorial into 5 factorial ways. Let us say, let us take a question. Find number of ways of arrangement of the word rhythm so that Y and T are always together. We want to find the number of arrangements so that Y and T are always together. So for this case, what we can do over here is we can consider the word first, rhythm. Now we can consider this Y and T as one block. That is, we can consider that as a single entity, one entity, one object, and we can do the permutations for these 4 objects. That is 1, 2, 3, and 4 objects. Because moving this block, Y and T will always stay together. So now we have got 4 objects. So 4 objects can be arranged in 4 factorial ways. Now, these were the 4 objects we were considering: 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now Y and T are always together in this. One more thing we can see over here is Y and T can be interchanged over here. That is, they can permute among themselves in 2 ways. That is 2 factorial ways. That is 4 factorial into 2 factorial. 2 factorial is 2. 4 factorial is 24. 2 is 48. That is 48 ways. This is all about permutations. Let us see